Hello, welcome to my student support system. In today's class, we will discuss about cold chain management. This lecture is in English, and if you want to study in Hindi, just click on I button. You will get the link of Hindi lecture, and you can even click on my student support system, visit the channel, and you can get information of lot of lectures there. Let us start. What is cold chain? Cold chain is a system to maintain vaccine quality from the time of manufacture until the point of administration by ensuring that vaccines are stored and transported within the recommended temperature range. The system is used for storing vaccines in good condition is called cold chain. It is sometimes referred as vaccine supply chain or the immunization supply chain. The cold chain consists of a series of links that are designed to keep the vaccines within the recommended temperature range from the point of manufacture to the point of administration. Here you can watch, this is the immunization supply chain. Daily recording at the subcenter level, then monthly reporting, analysis at PSC CHC, then annual statistics and estimates, request for supply to the manufacturer. Okay, now the cold chain starts from here, air transportation through airport, then to central store, then district and regional store, then to health centers, and then for vaccination. So cold chain applies from here to here, and this is for request. Okay, why cold chain? Why we need cold chain, or why we need cold chain management? Excessive heat or cold exposure damages vaccines, resulting in loss of potency. Once the potency is lost, it can never be restored. Furthermore, each time vaccine is exposed to heat or cold, the loss of potency increases, and eventually, if the cold chain is not correctly maintained, all potency will be lost and the vaccine become useless. What is the recommended vaccine storage temperature? Here in this table you can see almost all the vaccines at all the levels, national, subnational, district and service point of vaccination. The recommended temperature is 2 to 8 degree centigrade. Okay. And for storage of OPV and lyophilized vaccine at national and subnational level or regional level, the storage is minus 15 to up to minus 25 degree in deep freezer. But in district and sub-district level, all vaccines are stored, including OPV, at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. Means ILR is sufficient there. What are the essential elements of cold chain management? We have four elements of cold chain management. Number one, personnel to manage the vaccine distribution, equipment for vaccine storage and transport, maintenance of equipment and monitoring. We will discuss these elements one by one. First is personnel to manage the vaccine distribution. There should be a designated and trained personnel known as cold chain handler in handling the cold chain and distribution of vaccine at all levels, including central level, state level, district level, and all the facilities where cold chain equipments are placed and for vaccine distribution. Another staff should also be trained so that in the time of emergency or his absence, the other staff can manage for that period. Now we come to equipments for vaccine storage and transport, or we can say cold chain equipments. we have following cold chain equipments. These are walk-in coolers, deep freezer, ILR, cold box, refrigerator, vaccine carrier and ice packs. We will discuss them one by one. First is walk-in cooler. These are very big equipments of cold chain system like a room. These are used at regional level or state level or central level for the vaccine storage. Temperature can be adjusted between 0 to 25 degree in these coolers. These are also known as walk-in cold rooms. Second is deep freezer. Deep freezer is used at district level, at CHC level and regional level. A temperature range of minus 20 degree to 25 degree can be maintained in deep freezers. It is used for storage of polio vaccines for long time and to freeze or prepare ice packs. ILR or ice-lined refrigerator. ILR is used at approximately all the vaccine storage facilities. A temperature range of 2 to 8 degree is maintained in ILR. Cold box. It is a thermo-insulator box which is used to transport vaccine. Freezed ice packs are placed at the bottom, at the side and at the top of vaccines which are to be transported inside this cold box. Refrigerator. It is a simple refrigerator that can be used at PHC or subcenter level to maintain cold chain for vaccines. WHO recommended refrigerators are slightly different from the domestic refrigerators. Here this is freezer compartment and this is for vaccines, different type of vaccines. Now vaccine carrier. It is also a thermo-insulator box having strips to carry at the point of vaccination. 4 ice packs are kept inside to maintain recommended temperature for the vaccines. Ice packs. It is a plastic box which is filled with water and freezed in deep freezer or in the freezer box of refrigerator. After freezing these can be used in cold boxes and vaccine carriers to keep the vaccines cool. Now, next element is maintenance of cold chain equipment. All the cold chain equipment should be well maintained. They should have dedicated switchboard for electric supply. Cold chain handler should take care to defrost the electric equipments regularly. As and when needed, do not let ice deposition more than 0.5 centimeter thick. How you will defrost? Remove all the vaccines and transfer them to another refrigerator or to a cold box or vaccine carrier lined with conditioned ice packs. Switch off electric supply of the ILR or refrigerator. Leave the door open and wait for the ice to melt. Never try to remove the ice with a knife or ice pick. This can permanently damage the ILR or refrigerator. A pan of boiling water can be placed inside the and then door is closed. Clean the inside of ILR or refrigerator and door seal with the clean damp cloth. After cleaning and drying, restart the ILR. Do not adjust thermostat. When the temperature in the main section falls to 8 degree or lower but not less than 2 degree, arrange the vaccines or diluents and water pack in their appropriate place. How you will condition the ice packs? Frozen ice packs taken directly from the freezer are not suitable for immediate use if they are not correctly conditioned. It is very likely that freeze-sensitive vaccines will be frozen and destroyed. So lay the frozen ice packs on work area in a single layer, leaving the gap between them of 5 cm. Wait until all packs are properly conditioned. There must be liquid water inside every pack, and ice core should move inside the pack when they are shaken. Like this. You will keep the ice packs out, keep them on the table, wait for the water drop deposition, and then shake it. If it is water is moving, then you keep in the vaccine carrier. Now how you will pack the vaccine in the cold box and vaccine carrier? First of all, we will arrange the conditioned ice pack or water pack in cold box or vaccine carrier as shown on the manufacturer's instruction on the inside of the lid. Put the vaccines and diluents in plastic bag in the middle of cold box or carrier to protect them from damage due to condensation. If the conditioned ice packs are used, put an electronic freeze indicator with the vaccines. For vaccine carrier, place the foam pad at the top of the container and close the cold box or vaccine carrier lid tightly. These are packed in like this. Vaccine carriers in the cold box, we place at the bottom these ice packs, then in the sides, and after keeping the vaccine, then at the top we keep again the ice packs and then we close it. In the same way, in the vaccine carrier, we arrange 4 ice packs, then we keep the vaccines and then we cover the lid. Monitoring. Last element is monitoring, and it is very important. We monitor especially for temperature because it is the key for keeping the vaccine potent. Monitoring of temperature is very important in cold chain management. A temperature monitoring chart should be maintained at every cold chain facility by cold chain handler. Temperature should be monitored and recorded at least 2 times a day. This is temperature chart. We take the temperature per day, morning and evening, and this temperature should be between 2 to 8 degrees. Okay. Temperature monitoring devices. Normally we have 3 types of temperature monitoring devices. One is integrated digital thermometer, which is on the deep freezer and ILR and even cold rooms also. Then we have stem thermometer in the ILR and cold box and dial thermometer. This is not recommended by WHO nowadays. So these 2 types of thermometers we should use. Thank you. You can subscribe my channel, My Student Support System on YouTube, so that you can get knowledge of latest updates of such videos. You can like my Facebook page. For making your notes, you can visit my blogger, mynursingstudents.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and join Facebook group. Thank you. Have a nice day.